Hi, my name's Traci Cornelius. I'd like to welcome you to Get Creative with Traci. Today I'm going to be showing you the Festive Flurry stamp set with the coordinating framelits, just to show you a number of different things that you can do with it. So I'm going to be stamping out with the largest Festive Flurry to begin with, and I will do this in Island Indigo. So just going to ink up my stamp and make sure that I've got good coverage. And then stamp out. And as you can see, I've already been using this sheet for the other framelits. They're such beautiful images. Okay, so this one coordinates with the largest framelit, and we'll just put that through the big shot. Now for these type of images, this is where the magnetic platform for the big shot really comes into its own, because it's such a delicate pattern. Very, very intricate. So the fact that your magnetic platform will keep the framelit in place for you is just perfect. So you want to spend a little bit of time lining it up and making sure that you've got an even border all the way around. And once you've done that, you can then just scroll it through. So remove this one quite gently, because like I said, it's quite an intricate design. So I just pull the cardstock back from the framelit and just do a little section at a time, and then move it all the way around, and then you can literally pop it out. If you put your fingernail, or you could put, you know, your embossing tool or what have you, just at the ends, and that's how I tend to ease mine out to begin with. Just do that all the way around. And there you go. One little festive flurry. Now these look stunning in their own right, just exactly how they are, and you can keep them flat and then stamp out the smaller varieties and then layer them all up. So, and you don't have to stick to your traditional blues either. On this one I've used the cherry cobbler and the smoky slate. But you can see that I've kept them all flat and then just layered them on top of each other and added some dazzling diamonds. However, if you want to create something like this, then I'm going to show you how you can fold your Festive Flurry to be able to make it a little bit more 3D. So to do this, you're actually going to need two. So stamp out two and then cut them out with the Festive Flurry framelits, and then bring in your scoreboard. Now there's two different ways you could do this. So if I just bring this one back in, on this one I have folded on the mountain the larger sections, and that works really well if you just want to use this layer by itself. And then I've created a layered version, and because this one is layered up, it's easier to create the mountain fold on the smaller sections. So work out the purpose for your snowflakes to begin with, and then that will give you an indication as to what you want to actually do with that. So I'm just going to create another one, probably a bit like this one actually, just so I can show you how to layer it as well. So to do that, that means we are going to go inwards, which would be a valley on all of the larger sections. So just place it onto your scoreboard, and using your embossing tool, you then just want to go all the way down on all of the larger ones. I'm not sure how well you can pick this up on the video. It depends how the lighting is really. So basically you're doing that on all of those, and then you want to flip it over, line up the smaller sections with a groove, and then again you're just going to go from the centre. I find it easier to go from the centre of the board outwards, because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to tell if you've got them lined up properly. So like this one, so that's going to go from the middle outwards. And just one more to do, which is this one here, and then just making sure that I've got that lined up. Okay, so you should end up having mountain and valley grooves, and you'll do exactly the same on the other one. So we've got valley grooves on the larger ones, spinning it around, and doing the same again. Flipping it over, and then using the smaller ones. Okay, so we've now got two that have been scored, and now we need to cut into a section, and you're going to cut on the smaller section all the way through to the centre. So just follow your embossed line, and you want to do that on both snowflakes. And then at this point you can then start to fold. So you're going to fold valley and mountain folds basically, and just making sure that it lines up every time. And if you've used the scoreboard, it makes it so easy because it gives such a deep score that actually folding this is really easy to do. You will need to pay a little bit of attention to the ends just to make sure that we don't tear them or anything else like that, so just be a little bit more gentle with those. And just follow that all the way around. Okay, so that's our first one done, and then you're going to repeat the process with the other snowflake as well. So you're just going mountain and valley all the way around. It's a bit like a concertina fold really. Again, paying particular attention to the ends of the snowflakes because they are a little bit delicate. If you've got any section, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, this one's not perfectly in line, so that means now I can just refold that to then get it perfectly in line. You don't need to worry too much, but okay, so we've now got two, and this is how we can then pop them together. Now, just as a quick explanation as well, because we've got these ones with the small sections with the mountain fold, that means that when we go to glue this together, you could technically either glue it together like so, so that you're matching the two cut ends. And that's not my preferred method, purely because you can see we've got a beautiful fold here. If you then adhere these two, it looks very sharp, and you can see that. So if you overlap it onto the first ones, then adhere it into there, then that actually hides that, and it gives a much, much better finish. If you folded yours the other way round, so let me just do that for you, just so that you can see, and I'll do that on a couple of them. So if you were going to adhere yours so that the largest section was outward, like this one, that you would do if you were just using one layer for a decoration, then you could adhere it either by adhering those two sections together, like so, or again, you could layer over the top. My preferred method is to actually layer it over the top on both. I just think it does give a much better finish, but that really is down to personal preference. To adhere mine together, I use tombow glue, and I add tombow to this side of my first snowflake. Typically I've just dropped a bit, and then on the front side to the next one, and then that just means that I can adhere these together. Using the tombow glue as well just means that I've got a little bit of time to be able to play around with it and line them up. So I'll line mine up first of all from the front, and then I will turn it over to the back and just play around with it until it all matches perfectly. And then exactly the same on the other side. So we're going underside, and then front side. And you don't really want to overload it with glue either. Again, matching the front first of all, then turning it over to the back, and now I can match it up. Just need to pop a little bit more glue on this side. You do want to give that a couple of seconds just to dry. And like I said, this you can then just use as a decoration in its own right, because it's so pretty. Really, really is pretty. And I just go around and flatten the ends just so that those bits will stand out a little bit more. To make sure it's sturdy, I've cut a circle using our circle framelits, and that just then goes onto the back, and that will then keep that sturdily in place. For this one I added some of the Dazzling Diamonds glitter, so that one's in Dazzling Details Silver Sparkle, and then I've added one of the large rhinestones to the centre. If you're going to build yours up, like I've done with this one, then you'll start to put your other layers in. So I've already gone ahead and cut my other layers, and just to give a contrast again, adding blue on there for some reason, I've only used the indigo, Island Indigo and Smoky Slate for these ones. I seem to have got glue and glitter everywhere, so I'm sure that that's something that you're all very familiar with. So to adhere this together, I actually layer up some Stampin' Dimensionals in the centre. That's always my first way to start. And I'm doing that because obviously this is 3D, and if memory serves me correctly, I think I've used 3, and I've just stacked them on top of each other, and then on goes the first layer. And again, you just want to offset that, so I'm just going to flatten that down a little bit. and then press down in the centre. So as you can see, that's already really coming together quite well. And then your Stampin' Dimensionals onto the back of this one. Now I have to admit I was a bit in a hurry with this one. I didn't glitter really well, so you can see that it's bled in a little bit. If you were a lot more careful, that wouldn't happen to you. And also another way to be able to counteract that is if you dry it with a heat tool before it's had a lot of time to set in, that will also stop that from happening. So I've offset that one again, and then to finish off I'm going to be popping the smoky slate one into the centre. And again, you just want to offset that as well. In fact, I think I might offset mine that way, purely because of how I've messed up on the glitter. But can you see, that's just so pretty, so pretty. And then, like I said, you're just going to adhere that to the back. And the way that I adhered mine again was I put some Stampin' Dimensionals onto the back, and then I popped this on. If you want to make it a little bit more secure, you can put some glue dots onto these sections, and then you can adhere it down, and then it will be really secure. If you're making this a hanging decoration, then add your ribbon now, adhere it to the centre, so that you've then got something that you can hang that one onto. But I think these are so pretty, really stunning. And then if you just want to finish off and add another detail, then the frosted embellishments are beautiful. Really cute, and finish these off really well. So as you can see, that would just finish it off nicely, as I've done with this one. So there you have it. You can make these into decorations, or you can add them to your projects. You can see that they look brilliant just as a layer by itself or layered up, and they look just as stunning if you have folded them or if you've kept them flat. Hope you really enjoyed today's tutorial. Please do leave a comment, and also check out the other tutorials that I've got. For more inspiration and to be able to order your Stampin' Up products, visit www.getcreativewithtraci.co.uk, and you'll be able to see more projects. And again, all the links to the shop and the products used in today's tutorial are on there. So thanks very much. Bye.